backyard. I could run fast but won't get far. My mom thinks that I'm an animal. I'm just looking for the antidote. There's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Hey, hey, baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Hey, hey, baby, I'm a fan of you. Hey, hey, hey. Your sensation is my fixation.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a. She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Hey, hey, baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Hey, hey, baby, I'm a fan of you. Hey, hey, hey. Your sensation is my fixation.
Passport stamp, let's do the money dance. Back in, call your friend, now we in France. International man, tats on my hand. Take a trip with a pilot, I tell you when we land. You know I'm down with the whales, I be by the sand. On sun, yeah, it's blowing in the wind. What you doing? We kung fu and I beat it up. They never heard me on the beat when it speeded up. 100 racks on the plate, she gon' eat it up. Yeah, I'm all in, like all night. Throw the racks up, make it fall right. And if you take a shot, make sure you hold the ball right. 1-800, yeah, bad, my type. My type, yeah, it's my type. I love the way that she put it all on me. The best things don't come for free.
100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this whip. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night. All night.
You can tell when it's Tokyo, it's all heat. Don't ride in the back, jump in the front seat. By the end of the night, she gon' love me. She don't even know me, she wanna hug me. It's a vision, little baby, I'm moving cozy. Most solid in the game, he can't fold me. How you do it, it's so fluid, let's get to it. If you want something, gotta commit to it. This is something that gentle and sip to it. I can show you how to do it, take you right to it. Made of whales and it got a twist to it. This ain't Big Sean, but I'm making good music. How you keep rhyming, man?
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. Next on Madden NFL 25.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Here's the rookie from Alabama, Will Reichard, ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off a back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And just shutting him off there. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
The Vikings offense making their way out behind their former number 3 overall pick, who spent his last year as a 49er. It's Sam Darnold.
And he's still been looking for that one situation to allow all of his talents to come together. He's hoping that he found it here. Plenty of playmakers on the outside and a team that's willing to run the football to let his talent shine.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Boye Mafe able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll find Metcalf. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, here's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. To the air again, Smith sliding out of the pocket. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he gets him a little bit closer. Takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Smith being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Darnold down to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Ooh, the juke. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys beyond that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now it's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Seahawks take back over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He completes this to Walker. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Geno now to throw. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. I can put just a little bit too much heat on that, but when you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota. This is taken at the 18. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Flush to his right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Uchenna Nwosu coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw is Smith. And Walker has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Smith. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
But this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Smith. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 37 yards.
And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Jason Myers can kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. The slot man in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's Darnold. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Able to power through. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Tyrell Dodson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold
finds his tight end Oliver here outright. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Trent Sherfield. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
From the gun on third down, Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. In motion right is Addison. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Darnold. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Draymond Jones in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Man in motion is Sherfield. Off of play action, Darnold. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's Darnold. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Williams to return. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. This is Fant on the short completion. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Geno. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Smith. Rolling to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Smith throwing again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 29 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Again, Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it, and he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
Jason Blair is to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Across midfield.
And finally brought down at the 38.
90 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back to throw, Darnold. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Here's a give to Jones running left. Powers past him at the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now it's Darnold. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sam Darnold taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That time a 6-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And running with power here. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 2. Play action. It's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
First down, Seattle.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And this one's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
That went out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field. guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Vikings offense and Aaron Jones headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Darnold. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Boye Mafe. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Williams. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. That completes it again to Metcalf. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. No chance to get away there from Smith as he goes down. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Darnold now to throw. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And here's Ryan Wright now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Let's take it inside his own 40. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
One incomplete.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
Geno now to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Faking the give. Darnold on the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Geno. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Darnold. Under pressure, they got him again. Jerome Baker providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now it's Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 70 yards. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14.
Jason Blair is to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. With the football going back to the Vikings offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's Darnold. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
To throw is Darnold. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Flushed out right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Now for the point after. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Up the middle, here's Walker. He stiff-arms him. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now a 2nd and 2. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They'll try the right side with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, another shot for Jones. 121 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Darnold. Eluding the press. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Throwing now is Geno. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw is Smith. He completes this to Walker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To the air again, Smith. The Vikings after him, and they get that for the sack. Jonathan Bullard able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. An inside give to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And here's Ryan Wright now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Here's Williams to return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the gun, here's Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd down and 8. Now Geno. This is Fant on the short completion. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Back to throw, Darnold. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Up the middle, Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. On the return is Williams. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's Smith. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Smith now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Smith. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Second and 5. Again, it's Jones. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Smith. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Addison will go in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Darnold. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's into the clear again. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the 1st. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off of play action, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And Walker has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. This is Fant on the short completion. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Geno now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Now it's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Vikings offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up for him.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounces. 8 ounces is good.
All right, just checking. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Darnold. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing now is Geno. Flushed out right. And bulldozing his way through. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
They'll try the air now with Smith. He's got Brown on the out route complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Straight ahead, Walker. And some room to run now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And going right back to Walker. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Seahawks.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Here's Darnold. Addison hauls it in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball,
He ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run off tackle with Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now it's Darnold. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
They run for the first down with Ty Chandler.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Back to throw, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Chandler. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at the 20.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now Geno.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Smith now to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 more yards there and another first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
To throw is Smith. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Smith and Jigba with a grab. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Steps away. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Darnold now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Running right, Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 163 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Jefferson going to go in motion right. A play fake, and it's Darnold. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now Darnold. That's down the field for Jefferson. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Darnold. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Out to his left. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Flush to his right. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happening?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Well, the Vikings offense and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. After the interception, here's Darnold. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Leonard Williams able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here now a 3rd and 20. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Boye Mafe. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. And shedding through the tackle. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Play action. It's Smith. He'll buy some time right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Myers' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings Return back here on offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Escaping the pressure right. Pushing. Oh, Darnold loses it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And out now come the Seahawks. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Hang on here. They declined that. So the yardage will stand.
There has to be confusion coming from the bench to the field about what their intentions are, because you guarantee they want the penalty. Turned down that big yardage gained against them. Instead, they turned down the penalty, and the yardage stands.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Faking the give, Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
This is 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rolling to his right.
Geno Smith on the scramble. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Seahawks.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Off of play action. Here's Smith being chased out left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
You know what I like about that play?
he didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Smith.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Buying time to his left. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. And that last run is going to set a new NFL record. Most rush yards in a single game by a quarterback, surpassing Justin Fields, who had 178 in 2022 in a ball game.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Smith's going to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And Walker has it. And he gets it down to the 32. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now second down and a few inches. Smith to throw. Rolling to his left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here's Smith. This will be caught by Brown. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Smith now to throw. On the move to his left. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back to Walker on first down. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
First throw here in overtime for Smith. He'll buy some time right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now a first throw here in overtime. Forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 17 yards there on the touchdown run. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On 4th down, Darnold. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of the man who's been doing this for a while, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, they just had no answer for what he was doing on the ground. He wound up scoring 3 times, and he had many, many big plays in that facet of the game throughout.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.